Hey, it's Mr. Bailey, and I'm here using screencast-o-matic to demonstrate how to do a video showing what's going on your computer. So what you would want to do if you're one of my students is create a video talking about one of the concepts we would learn about in class. So an example I have here today for you today is the unification of Italy. Italy was not its own country. It's actually one of the last countries to become a country. Italy, as you can see, had several different parts to it. This top in the orange here is known as Piedmont, and down here on the bottom this is called Sardinia. Sardinia and Piedmont actually unified together to call themselves the Kingdom of Sardinia. Then you also have several other states here in the middle. We have Venetia, which was actually controlled by the Austrians. There's Tuscany. There's the Papal States. Papal States, of course, controlled by the Pope. Then at the bottom we have Naples and this big island called Sicily, which at the time were calling themselves the Kingdom of the Two Sicilies. So how did Italy become its own country then in 1871? Well, basically what happened was this guy by the name of Victor Emmanuel shows up, and he is the king of Piedmont, also known as the Kingdom of Sardinia. He decides that he wants to take over the entire thing. So what he decides to do then is to get his best friend, whose name of course is Garibaldi, and Garibaldi is the leader of the Red Shirts. Well, the Red Shirts, named after the colors that they wear, decide they're going to sail from Piedmont all the way down here to Sicily, and when they get to Sicily they start to attack. Well, much to their surprise, there's not a whole lot of attacking going on because the Kingdom of the Two Sicilies actually decides to join with Piedmont, and now together Garibaldi and the Sicilians go to attack the French. Well, as they get to attack the French, who are hanging out there in the Papal States, they realize that the French are a pretty strong formidable opponent. So what ends up happening is they basically just have a standstill. Well, while that's going on, Victor Emmanuel sends the rest of his army coming up here, and they take over Tuscany, Romania, Modena, and all those other countries, all those other little parts of Italy up there. So now we have two giant Italian armies, and then you have the French, of course, right here in the middle in the Papal States. Well, what happens then is the French decide to actually retreat and run away because, lo and behold, they're being attacked by Otto von Bismarck and the Prussians. The Prussians eventually become the Germans. So the Prussians are attacking the French, so the French have to run away from the Papal States to go fight the Germans. When they do that, Garibaldi basically just marches right into the Papal States. Now Garibaldi has pretty much unified the entire country. Now most people at that time decide that they want Garibaldi to become the new king. Well, there's only one problem with that. They already have a king, right? And their king, of course, is Victor Emmanuel. So Garibaldi realizes that he's popular enough, he could be the king, but he doesn't want to have a war with Victor Emmanuel. He says, I fought enough to unify my country, the last thing I want is to create a civil war. So Garibaldi decides to exit the picture, and when he does that at the bridge of Torrentino, he gives control of Italy to Victor Emmanuel, making him the first king of Italy. So that is how Italy gets unified. Hope you found that video interesting. I hope you learned a thing or two about it as well. If you want to do this yourself, it's really simple. Just download a video capture device such as screen-o-matic, and once you do that, all you have to do is record and post it into your wiki. Have a great day.